Are we live? Oh my God. Welcome one, welcome all. We're going to do a little testimonial. Make sure you guys super chat how much our boy Donald J. Trump or Charlie Kirk have affected your lives. I would like to believe he's affected a lot of lives in a meaningful way. I think he's the GOAT. I think Charlie and Trump are pretty cool dudes. I think the only thing that I would say is it would be cool to be able to have met either of them. To be honest, I haven't. My buddy kind of got really close to Trump at a rally, dude. That was pretty sick. My buddy Antoine, uh, Trump basically like winked at him, dude. Fucking, it was pretty dope, dude. Boom, here we go. I'm gonna put up the pinned comments here in the chat just in a second. Getting everything rolling, ready to roll. Yeah. I don't know if y'all ready for this. All y'all ready? But yeah, so we're just kind of like, super chat how no, I am not. Give me 1 second, folks. We're pumping it up. We're pumping. Give me 1 second. All right, welcome to the show. We're ready. We're talking about how Charlie Kirk or Trump affected your lives in a positive or negative way. We're rocking it, man. So anybody who wants to super chat how Kirk or Trump affected their lives in a positive or negative way. So we're talking about a little bit of MAGA. If you guys, honestly, this is really open topic. So whoever wants to talk about Kirk, if whatever you guys want to say in the super chat, it is fair game. We want to talk about these dudes. I think that they've affected American politics in my opinion, in a good way. Some people don't see it like that, unfortunately, but sometimes it just don't work. Everybody's got to be a simp, dude. If you ain't a simp, how you gonna be a pimp? But yeah, no. Today I wanted to talk about Charlie. I just got done, walking around, checking out the fun festival situation. That was pretty cool. Kind of got a little bit of a rush, had a little bit of fun. It was just neat to see so many people down there. Remember, simp scribe. The more simps we have, the better. I know we have a lot of simps. I also know that we have a lot of pimps too. Don't forget to be simps and to be pimps. I appreciate it all, man. But yeah, put down in a super chat your guys' testimonials, whether it's good, whether it's bad, in with the positive and the negative. What are you guys feeling? Now, if you guys have any questions, make sure you ask the questions in the form of a super chat. It really helps out the channel. So super chats are the key right now. Super chats are the primary. So I'm only answering super chats for the first hour. So anybody who has anything to say, I will respond. I will put it up. I will highlight your chat. So personally, Charlie Kirk was one of the main reasons why I wanted to keep doing my channel. He was an inspiration to me. Did I agree with him in every single way? No. In fact, there are some things about him I was like, but it's okay. I was a fan of him nonetheless, and he did inspire me in many ways to keep doing this channel. So in a lot of ways, he was one of the reasons why I didn't stop. Because there were a lot of times I felt like stopping. I really did. But now I feel like I have a clear path, a clear purpose on this one. So we're only reading super chats for the first hour. And the more people we have, the better. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. More subscribers we have, the better. Really keeps the channel growing at a maximum scale. We're trying to get to the 10,000 subscriber marker. So we really, really appreciate that big time. Thank you. But just got done at the Prefontaine Marathon, and it was pretty cool, man. I really enjoy watching people run. I think it's neat. But yeah, if you guys want any of your chats read live to the viewership, you guys got to make sure you do that. I'm only reading super chats for the first hour. And then depending, I may still only read super chats depending on the situation. So this is, if you guys want your comment to be really heard, really seen, super chats are the way to go at this point. But I am still reading the chats, so I'm not, I'm still keeping an eye on any chats that come in, obviously. I will make a few exceptions, though. If I see, like, friend of the show, Tim Smith, or, like, a couple buddies of mine, obviously I'm going to push them to the front of the line no matter what. But I will prioritize super chats, though, overall. And that's the thing, man. What we do is we prioritize the super chats. But yeah, how did Charlie and Trump affect your guys' life? Was it positive? Was it negative? I know that some people have a negative view on both of them. A lot of people have a positive view on both of them, or one or the other. Some people like Charlie. Some people can't stand Trump. It just depends. But I will say the testimonial for me is I would watch some of his little debates, and he was very kind for the most part. He was dealing with college kids, and honestly, that is just not easy to deal with, man. Dealing with college kids, screw that, dude. Hell no. Give me 1 second, though. But yeah, any testimonials, super chat your testimonials on this one, and I'll read it aloud. I'll highlight it. Makes it better. But for me personally, Charlie really, I'm glad that the MAGA movement got as big as it did. I think it was probably for the best more than anything. And yeah, I think the best part about him is he was willing to debate pompous college kids. And there's a lot of pompous college kids, by the way. Let's not even candy coat it, folks. There's just many, many, many. People say I'm a grifter. I'm just a sifter. Everybody thinking I'm grifting. Hell no. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, overall, I mean, and then Donald Trump, man, here's the thing. I don't think the tariffs are that bad. Everybody's like, oh, the tariffs are so negative and stuff like that. I don't see it. Look, in the form of free trade, man, we honestly, as a country, get screwed. Well, eat some of this real quick. So it is pretty cool, though, that Erica Kirk is taking over the Turning Point CEO duties. Teaching the youth not to be libs. Hell yeah. I think the mission was pretty good, man. I think what Charlie was trying to do was pretty dope. Charlie's a man, dude. How many of you guys love Charlie, man? I'm pretty sure a lot of people in here have a lot of things to say about Charlie, good or bad. I think the only thing Charlie was guilty of, and I don't think this is much of a guilty offense, was really just defending a lot of liberals who have whacked out ideas anyway. Most liberals have very whacked out ideas about how the world works. Thus, the term woke came about. And that's the thing, man. The woke left. So do you guys think the woke left is a thing, or do you think it's just kind of something that, you know, Republicans made up? What do you guys feel about that? Do you guys think it's unfair to call people woke? Like, because what he was combating was the wokeness. Let's just face it. He was combating the woke ideology. And a lot of people called it the woke mind virus, and rightfully so. But no, I think Charlie Kirk was a net positive for society. I don't think he was very hateful. Sure, did he have some remarks that could be interpreted as such? Why not? We all say offhand remarks. I mean, it happens. I don't think that man really hated many people. He might have had some tinges of hate. I think everybody has a little bit of hate towards certain people, depending on how they're acting, you know? And if somebody's acting like a fool, then, you know. Any MAGA people in here? Yeah, I don't think Charlie was much of a hater, man. I just never saw him as much of a guy who hated. You know, he seemed like he was very much a man of the faith, of his faith, and he had the courage of his convictions, which is one of the reasons why I still think he needs to be talked about. Was he really the greatest debater of all time? No. I do like to exaggerate a little bit and say he was, but we all know he wasn't the greatest of all time. But he definitely made an impact in U.S. politics, without a doubt. So, I mean, to Charlie Kirk, man, I think he was one of the best. He definitely is one of the major reasons. Him and Charlie Kirk and Elon Musk, you could say, are two of the main reasons Donald Trump got elected. I mean, there was already a big MAGA movement to begin with, and also another person who helped get Trump elected was Joe Biden. Joe Biden was so bad. Just bad. He was one of the main catalysts. If anything, we got to thank Joe Biden for getting Trump elected. We also got to thank Kamala Harris for getting Trump elected, because she was not a very good candidate. So yeah, the one thing I love about Charlie, man, is he combated the wokeness. Thank you, Kemoy Chapman. Charlie was another closet. Whoa, hold on. Kemoy is saying, oh, this is interesting. So Kemoy Chapman is saying Charlie was another closeted gay. This is a quote, by the way. I'm not saying that this is true, but I'm quoting Kemoy. So Kemoy said that Charlie was another closeted Christian. He's Christian or not. Whether he's you Kemoy, you think that he was a closeted man? I mean, I don't think he was. He didn't seem. I mean, then again, some guys just don't seem. I mean, some guys get into Christianity because they feel guilty about being gay or something. But, yeah, I don't know. It's weird, man. But I'm a big fan of him. I don't think he was that bad. I just think he spoke his truth, and I don't think his truth was really. Here's the thing, man. When society starts lying out of its teeth, people who tell the truth basically get crucified. The crazier society gets, the more truth is frowned upon. I don't think Charlie was gay, though. I just don't. Kemoy seems to think so, though. Kemoy, what makes you think that Charlie was a closeted man? Like, I'm trying to figure that out. But thank you for the super chat, Kemoy. So $2 from Kemoy Chapman. I really appreciate it, brother. I don't know. I just never saw him as a closeted gay man. I mean, who knows? Anybody can be, but I just don't. I don't see it, man. So this is going to be an interesting poll. So was Charlie Kirk the main reason Trump got elected? That's the big question here. Yes or no? So we got 2 votes in. 2 of you said no. I think that Charlie had a big role in getting Trump elected for sure. He definitely spread the word and used very good. He went on a lot of different podcasts, and he spoke his truth. And I think the thing is, he was very authentic, and people can tell authenticity. I could tell Charlie was an authentic dude. I just never got anything off of him. Yeah, but I was a big fan. I'm still weirded out that all of this even happened, to be honest. But yeah, 3 votes in the poll. Thank you for the votes, everybody. 3 of you said no. 0 of you said yes. So we got 0% saying yes. I wonder how many people are going to say yes, though, because I think really, like I said, Charlie and Elon made a difference for sure in getting Trump elected. But I still think Charlie led the youth movement, right? Charlie Kirk led the youth movement straight up. But hopefully you guys can like the stream. The more likes we get, the better. So please like the stream and more simps, more pimps, dude. So please like the stream. It helps the channel grow. But again, thank you, Kemoy Chapman, for the super chat, man. I really greatly appreciate it, brother. But yeah, if anybody's got any super chats, I'll be more than happy to read them. Dustin says you're going to beg for super chats until you have a mental breakdown. Then you will get a grip on reality. But until then, you don't know what to tell. Hey, Dustin, man, I'm delusional as crap, dude. I'm happy about it, man. I got a purpose. I'm trying to make this show grow. I'm trying to make the channel grow. So whatever I could do to make this channel grow, I'm going to do it. I'm getting pumped, dude. Pumped. Hey, we're getting a lot of viewers, though. More viewers, the better, man. We got more simps, and we got more pimps. Thank you for everybody who's subscribing to the channel. Greatly appreciate it. If everyone's a simp, you is a pimp.
Laugh out loud.
Oh, we got another super chat from my boy Kemoy Chapman. Thank you, Kemoy. I appreciate you, G Dog. So let's read the super chat here. So Kemoy says, giving Charlie this much attention negates the influence that Candace Owen and Ben Shapiro had. I knew those two before I knew Charlie Kirk. I love Candace, and am starting to dislike Ben a lot. Ben feels far too established to me and has lost the plot. That's what I believe, at least. But thank you, Kemoy Chapman, for the super chat. I mean, here's my take on it. You know, let me get your, I want to get your super chat up on the screen here. There we go. So Kemoy is saying, let's see, giving Charlie this much attention. I mean, I think it's a good thing. I think what Kirk did for politics in general, I think was good. I think he called out a lot of the, I call it the kind of it was kind of too much of a pro-cuck movement, if you ask me. I think there was a lot of cuckery, so. Not a big fan of Ben Shapiro, though. But, give me 1 second, folks. Sorry about that. But thank you, Kemoy. I really appreciate the super chat, brother. Helps keep the channel growing. Helps keep the channel alive. But yeah, so Kemoy Chapman basically said giving Charlie this much attention negates the influence that... And I like Candace Owens. I think she's a pretty smart cookie. But I'm just not the biggest fan of Ben Shapiro anymore. I can't get on board with him, man. Ben Shapiro feels way too establishment as far as conservative voices are concerned. But yeah, if you guys have anything you want to say, super chat it. But thank you, Kemoy Chapman. I appreciate the super chats, G-Dog. Really helps support the channel and keeping it going. But yeah, huge fan of Charlie Kirk, man, at the end of the day. If anybody's got any supers they want to provide, really greatly appreciate it. Helps the channel. If you guys have any questions... also, if you have any questions, do it in the form of a super chat. I'm only answering super chats for the next 30 minutes. Then we'll have like a 15-minute block where we answer regular chats that come in. But for the next 30 minutes, though, we are doing only super chats for the next 30 minutes, just as a heads up to everybody. So if you want your question answered, you want it highlighted, we worship super chats big time on here. And that's the title of this particular program right now. Super chat how Charlie Kirk and or Donald Trump affected your lives, whether it's negative, whether it's positive. You know, look it, I'm taking, you know, I want to make sure that I'm kind of like taking an arbiter stance, you know, but at the same time, I'm a huge fan of both of them. Really cool dudes. And, yeah, like I said, one of the big reasons that I do what I do now is because of Mr. Kirk. But anyway, if you guys want to, we'll answer. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor by any means, but I love answering super chats. It is very fun. Helps keep the channel growing. Helps keep the channel alive. Helps keep the lights on. So, more super chats, the better. That's what this show is, man. We're super chat. We're a hub for super chats. So if you guys have any questions, super chat them. If you guys have any testimonials about Charlie or Donald, super chat them. We're only answering for the next 28 minutes super chats. So more we have, the better. It does help out the channel. But yeah, overall, look, I think the MAGA movement's going to continue to grow overall. And I don't know. So let's see. The Eagle says, Mike, come over to my house later and play Magic with me and Nathan. I don't know. My girlfriend's probably staying the night tonight. I'm not too sure if I'll be able to do that tonight. I mean, we could probably, her and I could both maybe go out there, but she probably wouldn't want to hang out for too long. So dude, I'm always simping for super chats, dude. I love super chats, and I'm proud to say, like, I don't really care if I'm seen as a grifter, because I've been called every name in the book in my life. So it's like, at this point, it's just fun to be called. It's just fun to be called a grifter, man. So I get a lot of enjoyment from being called a grifter for sure. Kemoy Chapman says, I'll come over and play Magic. But thank you, Mr. Eagle. I appreciate it. I appreciate the offer. I don't think I'll be able to play tonight. Like I said, yeah, I mean, we'll think about it for sure. I don't know. It was cool. I went to the, I kind of walked around and did a mobile live stream. But yeah, I'm just trying to live stream as much as possible. Lately, I don't have a lot of time to really do anything else. I mean, I can do other things. I'm just trying to, the goal is really try to rack up as much money as I can in a short amount of time. You know, the more money I can rack up, the better. And that's why I've been doing a lot of live streams, really trying to engage the audience. And super chats help. I mean, it really helps keep the channel alive. And, you know, ads do the same, have the same effect to some degree. But let's see. Kemoy says, I've got a Lathril Commander deck ready to go. The Eagle says, live stream at my house. Oh, maybe. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, vertical. I mean, I will admit, the vertical format, there's just way more eyeballs out there in the land of the vertical stuff. And I really do enjoy talking about, you know, controversial figures. And Donald Trump and Charlie Kirk have been seen as controversial figures. And getting people's testimonials in the form of a super chat, one, keeps the channel going, two, gets gets things highlighted. But yeah, I'm honestly gonna say, like, for the next month, for the next like 2 weeks, like, I need to, you know, I've been trying my best to really to get the channel going and everything. Let's see. Don't know if you noticed, but you have 10 more people in the room since I popped in. Well, yeah, thank you, Mr. Eagle. I appreciate it. But yeah, you guys, if you guys want, if you're a friend or a friend of the show, you get to kind of skip the line. I'll at least read out the comments and stuff. But I actually got like about 20 people in here. So let's take a look at the poll real quick. The poll says, was Charlie Kirk the main reason Trump got elected? And 15% of you have said yes. 85% of you said no. This is interesting. I like the poll interactions, by the way. So I think it's a mixture between Charlie and Elon. I think Charlie Kirk and Elon Musk were instrumental in a lot of ways in getting the Donald elected. So let's see. Honestly, anytime I bring up either a controversial topic or a controversial figure onto the show, it tends to get a lot of people coming in, tends to get people arguing and stuff. And look, I think arguing's a good thing. I think debate is a good thing. And one of the reasons I enjoy doing this show is, one, I would never do what Charlie did. I would never go on college campuses and debate college kids, because I think most college kids are still, their brains are still developing, but they also have a source of arrogance because they think, because I'm going to college and because I got all these world views and a lack of experience, they tend to have a pompous attitude. If you watch a lot of those, man, Charlie took the high road a lot of the time. I would have took the low road. Dude, because those college kids, I would have been like, dude, I would have been saying things like, your parents didn't spank you enough, or you're a little punk ass, I would say things to the college kids like, you're a little punk ass bitch. I thought about like getting one of my fold out tables, going to like the local college at SWAC, and just debating college kids in his honor, but I would just be a total dick bag. I'd be a total dick. I'm not going to candy coat it. The Eagle says we're past a point of no return. Oh God. Yeah, I mean, so it just depends on, yeah, I'm going to be live streaming pretty much all day. Like, my main goal is just to keep live streaming as much as possible. Any free time I have, I'm basically doing either DoorDash, or I'm doing this, or I'm either implying or inquiring for work. So my schedule, man, I don't have a lot of time for leisure at this point. It's a little frustrating. I wish I did, but I want to make sure that I'm racking up on money in a short amount of time. And honestly, doing this show has racked up a lot of money for me. So talking about controversial figures, controversial topics has been a big deal. The more we talk about controversial figures, the more people come in, the more people like the stream, the more people share it. So if you guys can, give a like, give a subscribe. We need more subscribers. It does help us grow. And the more we grow, the more people know about us. Subscribers in today's age actually does help. I don't care what anybody says. Having a lot of subscribers, having a lot of people liking these videos, it really helps. So I appreciate you all for liking the video, but more likes. We could use more likes so you guys could push this thing out there. But I want to hear from everybody. I want to hear from people who don't like him, who do like him, who like Donald or hate Donald. Yeah, it's totally fine either way. I want to hear from everybody. I mean, one thing I will say about this show is we do, if you're going to be a blatant hater, I'm going to call you out. Like, if people are just saying like awful things, I won't block you. I do believe in freedom of speech, even if you're being a douche. But I will say this. I will critique. I will go hard. I will say Charlie was a much more respectable man than I could ever imagine myself being. Like I said, I think most college kids are little punk-ass bitches. And I'd probably slap them all in the face. That's why I don't debate on college campuses. I would never do that because, yeah, just couldn't. But yeah, Erica Kirk is now the CEO of Turning Point, man. So another thing is, some people think that the Donald is putting us in an economic depression with tariffs. Honestly, I think we were already on our way there. I don't know if tariffs can save anything, but I do firmly believe that I would rather be. I'm pretty much okay with tariffs. I think they're pretty dope. People can hate me for that. I don't really give a crap. People want to get all butthurt about it, but it's whatever. The Eagle said he doesn't debate at college campuses because there's children there and Mike isn't allowed. Oh, God. Well, I mean, here's the thing, man. I mean, here's the thing. College kids are basically children. That's the thing. College kids at this point are basically children. And look, their brains are still developing, so a lot of them have arrogance, but not as much intelligence as they think they have. And look, I've got a lot of arrogance and I've got a lot of lack of intelligence. Look, there are certain fields that I'm an expert in. I'm really just an armchair. I'm an armchair politics guy, meaning I see what's going on, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't really take too many deep dives into it. All I know is I could tell who is sincere and I could tell who is not. I can tell. I have a very good BS detector. I don't know if it's because I can subconsciously read body language very well. Don't know, but I could tell when something's BS and when somebody's totally lying to me. And it's one of those things that, like, you could tell in politics who the scumbags are, just by listening to them talk for more than 5 minutes. Is Donald a bit of a scumbag? Sure. I do believe Donald Trump is a bit of a grifter. But at the same time, do I believe he's sincere? Yes. Do I believe that he uses his resources accurately? Yes. I do believe that he tries to put smarter people around him, because honestly, I think he realizes there are certain limits that even he has. And sometimes that comes with age. You got to kind of understand where your circle of competency is. And the best thing you could do is you could surround yourself with people who are competent in respective fields. Let's see. The Eagle says you come up with that elegant statement on your own. But yeah, it's interesting to see what people do in the chat, though. People get crazy in my chat. I realized people get wild. My chat room on here is the Wild Wild West, and Chris Hansen would typically say, "What are you doing here? What are you doing here?" So make sure you guys. So let me see what I could do here. I'm gonna try to register for a text now phone number, and we're gonna get people to call into the show. Do you guys want to call into the show? I'm going to, because it's been a while since I've had text now. I just got to sign into it. I'm going to try to accept. Let's see. Yeah, because I don't want to give out my regular phone number. I'm a huge fan of text now, by the way. Oh, whoa. Oh, they got, oh, nice. Hell yeah. I didn't know Text Now actually had I didn't know they had a Windows app for Text Now. That's crazy. So I'm going to pull up Text Now. So if you guys want to call or text the line, we can get you on here. Now, I don't know how this is going to work, if I'm going to be honest. I got to download the app. Once I find out what the phone number is, I can get people to call in, and I can talk to them through the microphone. So this could be a bit of a call-in show if it really wants to be. But thank you, Kemoy Chapman, for the super chat, my man. I really appreciate it. We're going to try to figure out did I download? Okay, here's Text Now. So I'm going to log in with my Google. Log into Text Now. How does this work? Okay, continue with Google. Continue with my account. So you guys are watching an old man try to figure out how shit works. Live. That's right, I call myself Michael Gay. Okay, so I think it sent me some sort of link. Did it send me an email? Okay, hold on. I'm not seeing it. Maybe it went into the spam or junk folder. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. Text now, dude. I'm going to get a text now number. If I could figure out how this crap works. I might have to resend the link. Okay, so verification email's been sent. Am I ever going to receive it, though? That's the question. Oh, here we go. Please verify your email. Verify my email. Blah, blah, blah. It says I'm verified. Cool. So what do I do? Profile looks good. Username looks good. Back to messaging. How the F? What the F? Okay, so now where do I get my phone number? How the F? Okay, so I don't have a phone number yet. So back to messaging. Okay, now I can get the free number. My area code's 541. Okay, here we go. Let's see. What would be a good number? Show me more numbers. That's a good one. We'll go with that one. So we're getting text now. Getting text now on here, you guys. One moment. Okay. Cool. We're ready, dude. Okay. So we got the phone number. All right, let's see here. Gonna get this going. All right, you guys. Make sure you guys send us a text or a call. Feel free to call in. Skip this ad. This ad is gay. So make sure you guys call into the show. That's the number right there. We're going to pin it, put a pin in it. Yeah, it's been a while since I used text now, so that's the number. Make sure you guys feel free to call in. Oh, we got a picture message. Aw, it's a doggy. Heck yeah, that's pretty cool, dude. Oh, the parade's happening here in a bit. Heck yeah. Wait, are you downtown right now? Or are you at Mr. Eagle, are you actually downtown waiting for the parade, or? Oh no, that's good, but no, cool pick, dude. That's a good pick. No, are you down there right now, or is like your wife and kid down there or something? Oh, got ya. But yeah, guys, make sure you guys text into the show, call or text. This number is 541-625-2324. Once again, 541-625-2324 is the line. So if you guys want to call in, if anybody wants to bitch me out, this is the exclusive show line. Basically, I used a text now number. But yeah. No, dude, I'm honestly just chilling out here at home for the day. I might go out for a little bit. I went out earlier to, kind of watch the start of the Prefontaine race. I didn't actually run this year. I thought about it, but I was like, I can't afford to even potentially get injured right now. I got to make sure that I'm, doing live streaming, doing DoorDash. I was even live streaming the people coming through the finish line. But yeah, I just want to apologize to you, man, to you and Nathan, because I'm going to be very, very busy. Probably over the next 2 weeks. Because here's the thing, man. Google pays me monthly, and I've been making a lot of money doing this, and I have a good amount of money on the side. I'm being smart about it. But I have to basically do DoorDash and do this. So I'm kind of, playing both of those worlds a little bit. And that's pretty much how we're rolling it. Oh, we got a text message. We got a text message from a viewer. There's no name on here. We'll keep them anonymous, though. So an anonymous text message says, I like your show, even though I can't fully be behind Charlie Kirk. It says Kimoy. This is Kimoy. So Kimoy in the house sent a text message to the show. Make sure you guys feel free to send a text, send a call. We might be able to get you on the show for about like a couple minutes, if you guys want to call in or whatever you guys want to do. But thank you, Kimoy Chapman. I appreciate the text. So if you guys have a hot take, or if you guys have any testimonials, anything you want to say, make sure you guys put it in a super chat. Super chats honestly help the show out quite a bit. We didn't get many super chats, as many as expected, so we're just going to still keep doing. Hold on one moment. All right, we're going to try to get 5 super chats in the next 30 minutes. So we're only answering super chats, or we got somebody calling in. I think this might be the Eagle. Hold on. Is it starting? Welcome to the Michael Garza Show. I assume this is the Eagle.
This is the ghost of Charlie Kirk.
Oh, come on now.
Stop using my name.
Look, I use everybody's name for clout.
I'm here with Michael Jackson. Ooh.
Hey, Michael Jackson's the man, dude.
Me, him, and Epstein are having a great time.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, brother. Well, let me make sure that you're actually coming in right. Say whatever you want to say. Let's see. I think I just got to raise you up a little bit. Hold on the decibel levels.
Shit, ICE is at my door. I got to go.
Oh, shit. Really? So that was my buddy, the Eagle, longtime friend and friend of the show. So good. He's a good man, the GOAT. But anybody who wants to call in, it could be a crank call. This makes it a lot. Here's the thing, you guys. It makes it a lot easier to be able to talk to everybody. And it kind of takes a different avenue. So if you guys want to text, if you guys want to call the show, the number's right there. But call us. Give us a ring. Give us your bling. So James said the caller is gay. God damn. I'm surprised more people aren't saying like, well, I mean, a lot of people on the chat usually say that I'm gay. Which I get it. I look a little gay. Why are you gay? But yeah, it's fun. It's fun to get the different various reactions. But hey, you guys, the more simps, the more pimps. So the question is, how did Charlie affect your life? Negative, positive. How did Donald Trump? How does the MAGA movement? How does anything? Basically, how does anything related to the MAGA movement? Has it affected your life in a positive way? Do you feel like the world's worse off with it? We want to hear your opinions. Now, you could either do this by giving us a super chat or calling in. If you want to call in, fantastic. You get to be on the show. So feel free to call in. The number is right on the screen. You guys should be able to see it. And it's also pinned in the chat. So the more callers, the more simps we get, the better. Kimoy texted in. He said, my position on Kirk does not equal a celebration of his death either. I wish death on no one. Exactly. And that's the way it should be. You know, like, I think people can still be critical of Charlie. I do believe there were a few things you could be critical about him. I think my main issue was how many people celebrated his death. That was weird to me. I understand if you don't like somebody, I get it. But to be like thinking to think that it was okay to have him get shot, man, I don't know. I'm still weirded out by that. But either way. Make sure you guys like the stream. And like and subscribe. Let's see. The Eagle texted in. What about people celebrating the death of the Venezuelans that are accused of bringing in drugs without evidence? Look, I'm not a fan of the death of them either. If people are being killed, that sucks. I think there needs to be more stun. If people are being killed at the border, one thing I believe, I think there needs to be more stun weaponry for sure. If you're going to patrol the border, there needs to just be elite stun weapons that would at least not kill anybody, but really keep them down. I think would be a big deal. That's my opinion on it. That's how I see it, at least. Yeah, I don't like the fact that people are celebrating the death of them either. I think it's, I think it's weird, man. Let's see. It's not at the border. Trump posted our Navy outside of their border and his. Oh wow, that's crazy. One of the vessels was destroyed with a missile, and the missile cost so much. Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, like, look, if there's actual, like, I don't know, I don't think any of that should be celebrated. But I hope there, I don't. Ugh. That's a rough one, man. Kimoy says, I am a little gay for Garza, though, LOL. Thank you, Kimoy. I appreciate it. I appreciate the homosexuality on the show. But yeah, make sure you guys give a super chat. More super chats, the better. Eagle says he wants to end wars, but he's starting conflicts all over the world. Yeah. Uh-oh, hold on. There we go. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to answer violence with violence. So I mean, it depends on what's going on. If we're being attacked by whatever, then you got to attack whatever. I mean, it just depends on the circumstances. I mean, there's definitely context to everything, you know. You know what I mean? There's got to be context to everything. So it's like, were those ships attacking us? Were they threatening, getting in a threatening position? Who knows? But I do believe that there's usually more reason behind a lot of stuff. I still believe there's got to be some form of context. And I guess my problem is I'm so skeptical of the mainstream news at this point that I have trouble believing anything the mainstream says. Let's see. The Eagle says answer violence with violence. What about political violence? You're completely contradicting yourself. How so? I mean, if somebody punches me, I better punch them back, right? Seriously, if somebody punches me, I'm gonna do my best to punch them back or do even more damage to them. That's not a contradiction. I don't know how that even contradicts anything. That's just simple. That's just the way I see the world. Sometimes you have to fight violence with violence. Because the thing is, we do live in a world where if somebody's being violent towards you, sometimes the best answer is to respond in kind. I don't see how that's a contradiction. But what about political violence? I don't know. What about it? If somebody's being violent to me because of my beliefs or whatever, I'm going to be violent back to them.
Laugh out loud.
That's just the way I see it. And I think here's the problem, man. I think too many Christians, and this is gonna be a hot button topic, but I think too many Christians have way too much of a turn the other cheek mentality. When somebody fucks with me, man, I fuck back. I fuck with them back. All right. Let's see. And that's the way I see it. I don't think it's a contradiction though to fight violence with violence, right? The Eagle says Jesus was a fairy tale. I don't base my life off of other people's imaginary friends, and our government shouldn't either. Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, I play by my own rule book, and my own rule book says if you're gonna punch me, if you try to hurt me, I think that the best thing I could do is defend myself, and I can't defend myself by just saying, "Hey, stop! Hey, stop! Hey, stop!" People used to fuck with me all the time. And you know what's funny? I will say this. Because people fucked with me so hard, I think that's what got me down the path of becoming a conservative in a lot of ways. As I was thinking about it the other day. And I was thinking about this the other day, actually. Hold on. Testing. Wow. Why is it going into the yellow? Sorry about that, folks. I think there's something messed up with my microphone. That's weird. My mic's actually going up into the yellow. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1. I'm going to lower the gain a little bit. All right, testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2. It's kind of crazy because all right, testing 1 2 3. Here we go. Okay, cool. But yeah, I just see no real issues with everything that's. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I'm bugged by the microphone. Hold on. My microphone's pissing me off, man. It's pissing me off. It's pissing me off. But yeah, I think okay, so let's read Kemoy Chapman's response here. So Kemoy, hold on, says gives $2, sending super chat for NH comment in chat. Thank you, Mr. Kemoy Chapman. I appreciate you, brother. My man, dude, my man. Hold on, I got to get back here. Kemoy. Want to celebrate the super chats coming in, everybody. Super chat. All right, so we got 36 votes in. I think we can call that a good enough amount. Was Charlie Kirk the main reason Trump got elected is the question. 81% of you say no. 19% say yes. Yes. Interesting. We're going to end the poll here. I think so we can have a more natural sound. I'm actually going to get rid of the noise suppression. I think it might be the problem. Too much noise suppression. We're just going to get rid of noise suppression. I'm just going to get rid of it completely on here. There we go. I don't know if the gain is up too high. I feel like we're going into the yellow a little too much with the... going into the yellow. We're trying to get close to the yellow. We don't want to go in the yellow, right? That's usually the basics of it all. There we go. I think that should be good. Shocking. I mean, I just the audio just seems to keep going into the yellow. I mean, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but we got rid of the noise suppression, which I think will clean up the sound a little bit. So I want a cleaner sound for the show. I also kind of want to do a more ASMR effect. The Eagle says it's all about having critical thinking, being aware of why they are trying to sell you something and what you actually need. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Possibly. I mean, I could see where you're coming from there. A lot of people choose not to use critical thinking. Absolutely. You know. But I will admit, we do live in a world where people don't have the ability to debate. It sucks. I think it's good to stick to your guns, you know, when it comes to the way, you know, you may see the world. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. The Eagle says, sing me a song, step bro. Let me think of a good song real quick. I sang You're Pitiful last night, the Weird Al version of You're Beautiful. What else we got here? I need to do a song on how to be a bussy. How do I be a bussy? I know I am a mussy. I know I got the mussy life. It's for me. The mussy life is for me. The mussy life is for free. The mussy life all day long in a juicy man thong. Mussy life all day long. Mussy life in a man thong. I don't really know what I'm gonna do now. Everybody get down, everybody get down, everybody get down to the flow. Everybody get down, yeah. I am gonna shake my bush. I'm gonna shake my tush. Gonna shake my tush on the dance floor. Gonna shake my tush on the dance floor. Did you know you acting like a hoe? Did you know you acting like a hoe? Everybody acting like a hoe. Why does everybody keep acting like a hoe? It is the only way that I ever know. But yeah, but Kemoy Chapman, of course, sending super chat for NH, comment in chat. Thank you, brother. Woo! We're making some dough, you guys. We're making some dough. I'm just like, this is my O face. My O face is very disturbing, by the way. The Eagle says, I would say having an aggressor doesn't make you a victim. How you respond does. I don't know. Aggressor. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, it depends. I mean, somebody slapped me in the face or trying to hit me. That's the thing. No, I think the best thing we could all do, I think the one thing I learned from Mr. Kirk was, to use your words, to use the words that you have at your disposal, and that may always be the best step, at least in my opinion. So I do try my best to use my words and be as authentic as I can possibly be. But yeah, some people. Let's see. Much love. The Eagle says much love. NH. I don't know what NH means, but I got you. No, but oh, NH. Oh, he's talking about the guy in here. NH, man, look at the I'm gonna say this: the Eagle is a longtime friend. Obviously a friend of the show. A famous roaster of the show. He keeps me poised or honest or something like that. No, I'm seeing his stuff. Pretty much, I'm giving preferential treatment to, like it's nepotism that I'm doing right now. I'm giving preferential treatment to friends of mine, which is you, Mr. Eagle. NH hasn't been part of the show that long, so well, I mean, I consider you a friend and a friend of the show. Okay, fine, roaster of the show. I know you love to roast the show, granted, but we'll say friend in real life, but roaster of the show. How's that sound? Sound good? Oh, man. Let's see. That's pretty funny. It's a good one, though. It's a good one. All right, you guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Like the video, too. Super chat how Kirk or Trump affected your lives in a positive or negative way. Some of you guys may not like him, or either of them. Usually they're kind of a package deal. If you hate Charlie Kirk, you probably hate Trump. If you hate Trump, you probably hate Charlie Kirk. If you love one or the other, you usually love both of them. It's really not a lot of in between from what I could tell. But make sure if you guys want, feel free to call in. Kemoy says, okay, let's talk about Magic the Gathering now. Kemoy, do you think that you would be able to beat my buddy, White Eagle, at Magic? Also, what color combination is your favorite? The Eagle also says Mike is the third best player in our group of three. I am the turd. I am turd. Now, granted, the reason I say that here are my power rankings. When anybody else gets involved in Magic besides Nathan and the Eagle, I'm typically fourth. I'm usually dead last. I'm not a good Magic player. But I will say this. So the Eagle says green and white all day. Kimoy, what are your favorite color combinations, and do you think that you would beat White Eagle? What would you do to combat White Eagle's green and white deck? What would you do? Also, another fun fact. The Eagle, I do believe, is creeping up at number 1. All right? I think the teacher, because it's like, here's the thing. We're going to use a little Naruto, all right? We're going to compare the way I see this. So Nathan is basically Jiraiya. Nathan is the Jiraiya of our Magic group. The Eagle, I could say, is very much Naruto under Jiraiya. I don't think Naruto could beat Jiraiya, but he can sometimes. He's just as good. But because Jiraiya has the experience over Naruto, that gives him the advantage. So, I will say this. I know that Nathan taught the Eagle pretty much the majority of what he knows in the world of Magic. Okay. The Eagle says Nathan is Orochimaru. The Eagle also says they hate my hobbits. Yes. So whenever the Eagle plays the Lord of the Rings deck that has Sam and Frodo in it, Nathan and I are dicks, actually. We target Sam. Like, anytime Samwise is on the field, because Sam gives freaking White Eagle all these bloody food tokens, so the Eagle's getting all this free freaking health, and that's the Hobbit way. So Nathan and I, once we see Samwise out there, we do anything we can to destroy Sam. Oh, we got our first caller. First caller of the show. OMG. Let's get a welcome to the show. Anybody there? Hold on. Welcome to the show. Who's this?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
I hear you.
Sexy, let's roll. So what do you want to talk about, G-Dog?
Your eyebrows.
I know, I got a lack of eyebrows. I get it.
Where are they at, man?
Honestly, I'm probably I don't know. I often wonder, I got too many recessive traits. I think I probably got, like, Down syndrome or something.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry to hear that.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely autistic. That motherfucker hang up? Dude hung up, dude. Dude hung up on me, dude. I just got hung up on. Make sure you guys call the... Oh, shit. Okay. What up, G-Dog?
Hello?
How you doing, G?
Is this the YouTuber?
I'm the YouTuber, dude. I'm as YouTubey as it goes, dude. You're on the show. Welcome to the show.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, what's your name? If you want to go by an alias, you could do that too. You don't have to give your real name. You could call yourself the Scat Man, whatever you want to call yourself.
Okay, let's go with that.
The Scat Man? Hell yeah, that's sexy. But yeah, I want to talk about you, man. What are you doing? What's on your mind?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what's on my mind then, dude. So, I love doing YouTube. I love talking to people. I love trying to come up with things to talk about. This is the first time I've really done a call-in style on the show. Do you want to talk about my lack of eyebrows?
So, are you a musician?
I would consider myself a musician, a bad one.
Do you play any instruments?
I love to play my Yamaha keyboard. That thing's fun, man.
Okay.
Do you play any instruments?
Yes.
What do
I
you-
play guitar, bass, drums, piano, the flute.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I sing, I rap, which I do backup vocals and lead, and then I also do screamo.
Use a rapper?
Yes, I do some rap.
Now, okay, I want to know your opinion. I consider Linkin Park, Mike Shinoda, a badass rapper. Does that make me an amateur in the rap game, or does that make me elite?
I don't know how you're looking at it. Like, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, so for instance, I like to rap Linkin Park, like, like, let me think of one real quick. It's like, and I had nothing to say, and I get lost in the nothingness inside of me. I was confused. I let it all out to find that I'm not the only person with these things in mind inside of me. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of shit. That's the kind of shit I'm into. I like rap rock, dude. Rap rock gives me a boner.
Yeah, are you asking, like, what kind of rap I do? Or, like, is that... I'm sorry,
I'm all over the place, dude. I think I got some ADD going on. I'm a little, like, I'm hyped up. I'm not on a ketamine bender. Don't worry, I'm not on ketamine. But do you like? Okay, so what kind of rap do you do? Is it like rap rock? Do you just like go hard, like gangster rap?
I prefer... Hello?
Oh, I'm still here.
I would prefer to put myself as trying to do, like, if I have to explain it, I angle more at the, like, Hollywood Undead style or Linkin Park.
Oh, pimp. Pimp. Hell yeah, dude. That's getting me going, dude. Just thinking
kind
about
of approach I like to say it is, but I also do different genre of music. So,
dude, you got like a
I'm all over.
SoundCloud?
No. I don't have anything online. It's all physical.
Okay. Have
I
you?
had two things online, but it was on Google Music, and a week after they took it, they closed that
Oh, got ya.
down. Yeah.
Dude, that sounds cool to me, though. I mean, it sucks that they took your shit down. That's not a good thing. But, like, it sounds cool to me that you do, like, that you at least have physical copies. Do you got, like, your physical copies, like, on, like, USB drives, CDs, that sort of thing?
Yes.
What a pimp, dude. Have you ever thought about, like, talking to somebody that, like, could get your stuff, like, on YouTube or something like that? Because I think it would be fun to listen to your music, man. I love listening to musicians who have a passion, and I could tell you got a lot of passion. Actually, that's one of the reasons why I would love to listen to your stuff, man.
I have thought about putting it on, and I've discussed with my band, but at the time, I don't want to put the stuff online, roll it out just yet.
Yeah, no, it's understandable.
It's easier to take.
It's easier to what again? Sorry about that.
It's easier to take and not, like, copy it and stuff. It's always been that way.
Got
it's
ya.
Online.
Got ya.
I'm just more of a physical.
Oh, I get it, man. I get it. I'm a
You
mixture.
can it right there in your hand, right then and there.
Oh yeah, I'm a mixture of both. I like the physical. I like it when it's on the physical CD, or like sometimes I like it when it's digital, just for convenience purposes and stuff. So I like to blend between. I like blending between both.
To access.
Oh yeah, exactly. I would love to. I think the more eyeballs and the more ears that are on your music, man, I think it's always a good thing. Sharing the music. It changes people's worlds, man. I'll tell you. I've listened to a lot of artists out there, from, you know, the big names to names that are not seen yet, names that are trending upward. And honestly, I think, you know, I could tell you got confidence in what you do just by the tone of your voice. And I think if you can, definitely try to find a way to get some of your stuff out on digital, and throw paint at the wall too. Throw paint at the wall. That's the thing. See what sticks. See what sucks. You know, it's fun, man. I'm by the way, I'm a shitty musician. That's why I make a lot of parody songs, and I usually like try to rap, and I'm a shitty rapper. But I think it's funny. It's funny. But
Well, parody is a good niche of the genre.
Oh, hell yeah. You know, I like to, you know, like I'll give you like a beat that I usually do. It's like, I'm the greatest white rapper in the US of A, but all my homeboys, they think that I'm gay, and I don't know why. I'm super fly. Every guy. Wait, how'd that go?
If you think like, let's take the band Lonely Island.
Yes.
They have, their songs are great. You'll listen to like some of them, and then you'll be like, this song's a banger, and it's going so good, and then they go into the comedy thing.
Yep.
And then you're laughing, and then it goes back to a banger, and then derails back to comedy, and it makes it, they do a smooth transaction back and forth, and it's still a banger song, regardless.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Oh, man. Dude. There's one song I think about from time to time, and it goes like this. It's like, hey, yo, my dick don't work. That shit is soft as a pillow. My girlie looking at me like, you for real, dude? Yo, hold up. This is like, one of my other favorite lyrics from that song is, straight out the box with my soggy little shrimp. I was an 8-year-old girl before the doctor found my dick. That's like, it's another one that gets me going, dude. But sorry about that.
I was behind this in the show.
Oh, you still there, brother?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I thought I scared you away for a second. I was like, oh shit. I'm scaring people. What do you think about my rap skill, though, just from that small sample size? It's okay if you think it sucks, by the way.
I mean, everybody has their own take on it, so...
Yeah. It's fun, man.
I mean, I criticize my own work. Like, I'll listen to my own stuff one day and be like, I hate it. And then the next day, I'll listen to it and be like, I love it. It's a love-hate thing, so...
Pimp. Hell yeah. Just pimp magic, dude. Honestly, dude, sounds like a pimp daddy to me. Now, do you want to reveal anything about yourself, like even a first name, or do you just want to go by the Scat Man? Do you have do you have an artist name that you go by? If you want to reveal that is. If you want to reveal that,
I do have a couple of artist names. I have revealed one in the chat.
Oh, really? Okay. I've been lazy.
I did drop a comment in the chat.
Let me see
which
here.
It does have my artist name, but it's not the full name because there's an altercation, or not, that's not the right word. A slight alter to the name.
Yeah. What's your name in the chat, by the way?
Well, that would reveal it.
Oh shit. Okay, you're trying to keep it concealed. I got you. Got you. Okay, I see. And this is the best thing about a call line is it keeps everybody anonymous. I like that. I like having a level of anonymity for this show because I think people are more, what's the word? I think people are just more honest when they could be a little more anonymous. I think that's kind of the best thing. And because, you know, nobody, I mean, I don't know. I think I'm an idiot because I put my actual name on my YouTube channel. But then again, there's a ton of Michael Garzas out there. So.
Well, you can have your name and your username different.
Yeah.
So in my chat, it's different than what my YouTube name is.
Oh, for sure. I got you.
I mean, slightly.
Oh, man, dude, you're a pimp daddy, dude. I just want to tell you that right now, dude. You're a total pimp. Are you
So
signed to any? You don't have to say what record label, but have you ever been signed to a record label, even for a little bit, or are you signed to one currently?
No, not currently. I have talked to someone to be in a group at one point, and it fell through.
No, sometimes the deals fall through, brother.
Well, that was all in NDAs, signing stuff, contracts, where I couldn't talk about the stuff at the time, and still can't some. But the group never went anywhere, so never got anything out.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes things fall through, man. That's okay. And luckily, in today's age, it's a lot easier to be an independent artist. Because like back in the day, you needed to go to a studio or have some sort of record label sign you. The age of the independent artist is in full swing, and I love it. Like, I think it's great. It puts a lot more artists out there. It gives a lot more variety for music. It does make the discoverability of various artists a little tougher, but it does give artists more of an opportunity to get their work out there. Do you think today's age of music is better in the when I say not like the type of music, but like, do you think the business of music is a lot better than it was before because there's less gatekeepers, or do you think the gatekeepers might be needed?
Well, I feel like there still are gatekeepers. Like if you're, like you said, going to a studio or being signed, you can get your stuff on the radio.
Yeah.
But they constantly play like the same artists over and over and over again. Like some radio stations will play one artist like for 2 hours straight because they dedicate it to that. So that's 2 hours out of 24 hours a day that this other artist that could be on that label is not getting played. When nowadays you can just hit a random button and be like, oh, this unknown artist shows up, and then you're like, give them a listen to, and then you're in love with that musician.
No, absolutely. Oh, without a doubt, brother, without a doubt.
I don't know if that answers your question there.
No, I think it was a good answer. It was a hell of an answer. My man, dude. Well, you got anything else you want to say? Any thoughts on your mind, my man?
I know you were talking about the Magic.
Magic the Gathering.
Favorite, I'm into that. I've never really played other than like once or twice, but I collect cards, and I don't typically open the stuff. If I do, I'll sit down and binge open, and I don't know what I'm even looking at. I just find it fun to do.
Yeah.
What's your favorite set?
Oh, yeah. So my favorite, if we're going to go with like color combinations when I'm playing against like my buddies, because my only real exposure to playing Magic is literally with my boys, the Eagle and Mr. Nate Dogg. And I love the ability called Lifelink. I love Lifelink. So I love having a white deck. Anything white as far as the mana color. I love the white mana color. I also love the black mana color. So I tend to, if I can, I try to go black-white. If, as an alternative, I like white-green, because green kind of allows you to do some interesting, what do you call it, counter stacking and stuff, I guess would be the proper term. I really, like I said, I love the ability of white and black to be able to have the usage of Lifelink, because I love getting more health as the game progresses. That's my favorite thing to do, is just get more of them. So I don't know I don't know if that answered the question, but I guess you could say my ideal circumstance is white-black would be my ideal circumstance for color combinations.
I mean, it did, but I was trying more aim it at like I might have not questioned it the right way, like releases, like
Oh,
that's what I was probably aiming at.
Oh.
Like how they just did Final Fantasy, or
That's-
they're doing
Final Fantasy was my
Marvel
number one.
Spider-Man, or they did the After Drifters, or like, what's your favorite drop? Or
Yeah, so
That's-
Final Fantasy without a doubt. I'm a Final Fantasy fanboy through and through. When they came out with the Final Fantasy decks, Nathan and I screamed like little girls. We screamed like crazy. We were fanboys of it. First off, we love Final Fantasy. I don't know who loves Final Fantasy more, me or Nathan, but I was super gay for it. Immediately got like a little some booster packs and stuff when it came out. But yeah, the Final Fantasy drop was my favorite for sure. I hear they're doing Star Trek, and if the Star Trek one potentially comes out, we don't know the
I
exact.
didn't hear that,
Well,
but I'm down for that.
it's still in the works from what I've heard. The rumor has it. There's no set date, but I will say this: if they do a Star Trek one, that will be my number one. That will be my number one favorite release if they drop that. Straight up. So the Eagle is asking, hold on, he's asking Kimoy a question. Let's see. Give me 1 second here. My buddy Eagle says that our boy Nathan lives for the blue mana. How do you feel about blue mana decks? I know you don't play very often, but like
I've
what?
only played twice.
Okay, so I guess how I could describe the way our
mean
boy
the water?
Nathan. Oh, go ahead.
Sign? You mean the blue one with the water?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
So what he does, this is going to be interesting. So when Nathan plays us, he loves playing with blue decks, and when he does, he does the most annoying shit with those. I love Nathan, but my God, he'll make you what's the term? Mill cards, and what that means is get rid of cards out of your deck. He does some of the most annoying stuff with blue decks in the world, but he's so good at it. Like, I commend
So
him.
would that be like instantly send them to the graveyard and you can't reuse them, or
Stuff like that. Like, he'll find ways to exile. He'll find ways to, you know what I mean? He'll make it to where you can't use creatures, or you can't access graveyards, or he'll put like these dampering effects on you as well. He's really good at that. So I have nothing but respect for Nathan, but man, playing against Nathan is a pain in the ass when he has a blue deck. I will tell you that right now. Oh my God. The amount of times I got frustrated playing against that man. And my boy White Eagle in the chat can testify how much of a pain in the ass it is to play against Nathan in a blue deck of any kind. It's crazy.
so do you play any other card games or any like board games? Are you big into like?
I like Monopoly, for sure. I'm a big Monopoly fanboy. I like it because I'm pretty gay for investing. I love investing like a maniac.
It's always a classic thing.
So in a weird way, Monopoly kind of taught me the best ways to invest. You know, try to get real estate. I don't really have any real estate. I just got real estate investment trusts. That's the closest thing to real estate I got. And then purchase utility companies and purchase railroads. I mean, I literally, a lot of my investment philosophy is based on Monopoly. So it's mainly real estate, utility companies that I own as far as stocks go. And then I do own a few railroad companies. I can't remember which ones, but like I have a couple like random ones sitting in my portfolio. But anyway, sorry, that didn't really answer the question fully. So yeah, I love Monopoly as my other board game. As far as card games though, besides Magic, I mean, I don't really play a lot of card games. I don't even really play a lot of board games in general. But yeah, I'd say Magic is my main go-to. I was going to say second. I mean, I used to kind of play Pokemon when I was a kid. I love the Pokemon cards. Kind of collected them more than played them. But yeah. I hope that helps. I hope that answers it. What about you, man?
Yeah.
Do you play any? Are there any games that you do like to play? Like any board games, any specific card games at all?
Yes, I compete in tournaments of Smash Up. There's a game called Smash Up.
Smash Up. I'm gonna look that up real quick. I've never. Let me take a look here. So Smash Up, huh? Smash Up.
They kind of do parodies of stuff. Other than the last two factions that they have, like you get to choose two factions to start off with, and then you mix them up.
Oh.
And you're taking over bases, competing against other players, and like the last factions they put out were like a Disney and a Marvel set. Those weren't parodied, but everything else was. Like going back to the Star Trek reference, they did a parody to Star Trek, which, if you seeing that you're into Star Trek, you know all red shirt people die.
Yeah.
Typically are the first to die, right?
Yep.
So their parody is, if you have a red shirt guy, he doesn't get killed. Or something like that. It's sort of like that kind of thing. It's like flips it.
Got ya.
Flips the script. Plot twist.
It's interesting, man. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, brother.
I recommend playing it if you get a chance, or...
Yeah, I actually just looked it up. It looks like a cool little board game, actually. It's like a mixture between a card game and a board game is what it looks like, for the most part. Yeah, it looks kind of fun, man. So I do have somebody waiting on the line who wants to call in. Before I let you go, though, any shout-outs you want me to do? Any people in your life you want me to shout out, or just anything in general that I think I should look into, or just anything?
How often do you do the call-in thing? Is it new, or is it...
This
like,
is totally brand new, by the way. I mean, I've kind of tweaked with it back in the day, but I never really took it seriously. But I would say that this is the first... I want to do this more often because it's actually kind of fun to do a call-in show. It makes things a lot easier, too. Do you think I should do it more often?
Yeah. I would agree for it. I would probably call in, and I would maybe later down the road reveal one of my groups or solo artist name and get it out there.
What a pimp. Hell yeah. Well, we're going to call you just the Scat Man for now, but that was the Scat Man, mysterious, sexy man. We'll let you go, brother. We're going to get to the next call on the board. We're going to try to keep the calls brief, but that was awesome, man. You were pretty much the Eagle was the first caller. You're the second. That was pimp. Anyway, I'll catch you later, brother.
Thank you for your time. Bye.
Thank you for yours, man. Rock on. Woo! All right, dude. That was the Scat Man. We're going to call back to this person was waiting. We got a couple missed calls from him. So we're going to see if they answer the phone. We're going to call this number back. These shows can I don't do any call screening, so it doesn't really matter.
Hello, am I coming in?
Yeah, you coming in? What up, G-Dog? Sorry to keep you waiting. It was really cool. We were talking to the Scat Man earlier. Didn't want to reveal his real name, but if you want to stay anonymous, you go for it. We're pretty chill about that.
Yeah, no, you can call me Pat. It's not my real name.
Call you Pat? All right, dude.
Yep.
We got Mr. Pat on the line. What do you want to talk about, G-Dog?
All right, so I joined a little bit late. Was the topic Magic the Gathering or the Charlie Kirk Trump thing on the top of the screen?
We're pretty much a variety show, but the original one was just, talk about Charlie Kirk and stuff like that, or Trump or anything really. But honestly, the floor is yours when you call in. We enjoy. You don't even have to keep to the show topic. It's fun to go off the rails.
One happy, one sad / political.
Sure.
The one was just I haven't played Magic the Gathering in years. Me and my brother used to specifically build decks to counter each other. We would tell each other what we were building in advance.
Yeah.
And the goal was to counter each other. But we haven't played since Shadows of Innistrad, I don't think.
You haven't played since what?
Shadows of Innistrad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Mostly now I do Pokemon. That's my main thing.
Oh, what a beast! What a beast, dude. I haven't played Pokemon in a while, but yeah, dude, playing Magic's great. It's honestly one of those things that, like, I've been a little bit more busy lately, so I've been kind of neglecting my boys a little bit, and I kind of feel bad about it. But honestly, there's been a few things happening in my life that kind of make it to where I have to be more busy, but that's all right. But do you think you'd want to get back into Magic or anything like that?
I would, but one hobby is expensive enough.
Yeah. That's understandable.
Yeah, no, luckily I'm not too... luckily I'm pretty frugal. I tend to be the guy who goes to, like, garage sales and even estate sales and go through, like, 10-cent gallons of Pokemon cards.
Yeah, that's
rather
pretty
than buy
smart.
the packs.
That's smart,
Yeah,
man.
I'm the weirdo who wants to win rather than wants to get the, like, collectible Gardevoir shiny Altart.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. That's cool.
So yeah, I saw the reason I wanted to call in was I saw the topic, how's Kirk or Trump negatively or positively affected your life. And
Yeah.
I do have one kind of big way my life diverted directly as actions of the Trump administration. Like, there's two timelines, and I'm in timeline B because of that.
Okay.
And that was, I'll avoid getting morbid, but basically, before COVID, me and my wife were trying to have a kid, and it ended up as an ectopic pregnancy, where it didn't have a viable spot to start growing, basically.
Oh.
And that was really hard for both of us. And after a little bit, there was COVID, so we were waiting. But, oh, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. No, I'm listening.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the audio glitched for a second.
Yeah, it will glitch a little bit. Sorry about that.
And yeah, basically, we went through a bunch of hoops and did a lot of tests and stuff. And with my wife, there was basically kind of a decision from the doctors of, if you ever try to get pregnant again, it's going to cost this much money, it's going to take this much time, it's going to take this much medical procedures, it's going to take this many meds, it's going to take this many regimens. And it was basically a huge investment that we wanted, but we're kind of unable to.
Yeah.
And then, with not revealing where I am, we were in a red state. And after Roe v. Wade got overturned, the abortion laws got really archaic.
Yeah.
And now we're at a point where we've decided to basically never have a kid until it's safe, because even if we went through all the hoops, even if we paid for all the procedures, even if we did all the medication, there's still a pretty big percentage chance it'll be another ectopic pregnancy.
I got you.
And if that happened, the doctor did tell us legally they would have to just kind of either hope it passes on its own, or talking to one doctor who was not a decent guy, he told us we'd probably have to let my wife die.
Jeez.
And that was a direct result. Like, the district I was in had a massive red wave, and very religious. And so I've been at church, and people have talked to me, and they've said, when are you going to have a baby? And I just say, we can't. And they go, no, you can. You can always, you can always try this. And I just say, no, we can't. And we get looks, and, our family is kind of like, you were saying you were going to have a kid. What happened to that? And they all voted Trump.
Yeah.
And there's just kind of this feeling of, like, we're okay, but we're definitely in timeline B, where we could have jumped through all the hoops and crossed our fingers to have a kid, and if something had gone wrong, we could have had access to abortion rights, and we could have tried again, because it's kind of that thing where I don't often get into political fights, but one of the things that kind of happens to me a lot is this: pro-lifers, will tell me that, they don't want anybody to die, and I said, would you rather, my kid die or my kid and my wife die? And they have 100% of the time looked me in the eyes and said both, because we don't want your baby to die. So
jeez, man, it's
and
like
yeah, they said that to my face. I ended a friendship over it, because he called my wife, letter that starts with W, and said she'd deserve it, even though we're married and it's sanctified. He said if she gets pregnant and dies, she deserves it. And that was the last day I talked to my best friend.
Man, dude, I'm sorry about that, man. That's there needs to be. Here's the thing, man. I wish everybody wasn't so absolutist about stuff. Like, I will admit that's the one thing about the whole abortion thing is a lot of red states can be so absolutist about this and be like
one or the other.
It's like there has to
the gray area.
Exactly. There are gray areas to everything. There are exceptions to every rule, and that's why like I believe there should be some protections, at least at the federal level, to the mother. Like, there's got to be.
I've had my eyes opened a bit of how that kind of comes from, unfortunately, influences of Christian nationalism and white nationalism of, there's so much good offered by the church, but the concept of heaven or hell, one or the other. I was joked in high school of like, man, I miss Greek mythology where there was a middle place.
Yeah.
Where, there literally was Asphodel, Elysium, I can't forget. It's been a while.
Yeah.
The place neutral people could go to hang out. But that kind of concept of like it's either a moral action or an immoral action. It's either good or it's bad. It's either a sin or it's ordained by God. And this kind of black and white, us versus them, is really prevalent today in pretty much every political topic. And so I've existed in the gray area. My wife's existed in the gray area of people don't think we're good or bad because they would just immediately jump to bad if they, if we spoke our mind and said, we don't like Trump. He kind of ruined our lives. The administration ruined our lives. And kind of voting to protect family values. There's, one less family on the planet is sometimes how I've talked to my therapist about it.
Yeah. And I think that I wish there wasn't such a tribalism to a lot of this stuff. Because I do, I'm, I mean, if anybody's ever watched the show, they know I'm pretty gay for Trump, but I'm not gay for I do use the term gay a lot, but in a positive sense. I love, there are things that he does that I love, and there's other things that he does that I'm just like, dude, no, come on, man.
And I think with like the black and white, it has to be like Trump is all good or Trump is all bad. And it makes it very weird when, Trump is trying to defend good policies, and then he'll try to defend a policy that's indefensible, and everyone will get on his side, and it kind of feels like, in Crazy Town, where I'm like, is anybody else seeing this? And it's the kind of thing where it doesn't even have to be Trump. It could be anybody. It could be Joe off the street, and if there was some guy where everybody said he's right 100% of the time, it doesn't matter how right he is. 100% of the time is not possible.
Exactly. Yeah. I will admit, a lot of people, and it's like going back to the absolutionist thing. It's like everybody thinks that he's like the people who support him. Like, even though, like I said, I like Trump, but I'm not like diehard MAGA, and I'm just like, only reason I wanted him in office is just because I was afraid of Democrat rule, because I just don't like the fact that they're all about socialism and communism and stuff. But other than that, it's just like I often wonder, because I'm still kind of on neutral ground a little bit. I think there's, like I said, some things that he does, some things that administration's done that has been good for people, and some that's been bad for people. Your example is an example of like what's been bad, and I think that needs to be heard. I think that needs to be heard more often. At least. I
think the anonymous nature made me feel comfortable sharing it, just because like I wouldn't say I like talking about it, but it's one of those things where when I don't talk about it, I feel worse.
Exactly, man. And I'm glad that you could use this show as a vessel in a lot of ways, because
it's a bit of a vent therapy thing of just the like I can say it without somebody from my church following me home and yelling at me.
Exactly. And we do actually like to keep people anonymous on here. I will admit, my buddy, I call him the Eagle. He did call in earlier, but I already knew his number, and I was like, "Oh, the Eagles called in and stuff." But I do try to keep people anonymous, though, and honestly, I just appreciate you even feeling like you could talk about it in front of me and a bunch of strangers on the internet, man. But and that's the thing, putting it out there into the ether sometimes can set your mind at ease. I get that, man. I get that.
Yeah, onto your point you said a little bit earlier about, fearing Democrat. My brother put it really succinctly, and I describe it to a lot of people. My brother's very political. Where he said, Democrats don't get anything done, and Republicans get things done, but they're not always good things. So you have to pick between passive or, flip of the coin active, where it's going to be bad or good.
Yeah.
And it's kind of that thing of, do you hold or do you push forward? And a lot of times we've seen Republicans push forward into a wall or off a cliff, and it's kind of that, ooh, maybe we should have stayed. And then sometimes we stay and nothing happens. It's like, maybe we should have moved, and it always kind of feels like the wrong answer.
Yeah.
Again, a gray area. So it's always weird when someone goes like, I will only vote Democrat, and someone's like, I will only vote Republican. And one of those things where it's like, again, it could be Joe off the street, where just if there's an R or if there's a D, the person checks it immediately and doesn't think of anything.
See, my philosophy is I just avoid Democrat at this point. I'll go third party if I have to. If the Republican candidates suck, I'll go third party. But I just kind of vote with my soul at this point.
Yeah, my brother told me about the ranked voting system, where there can be many parties, and it's basically you have to get a majority to win. And so that means parties have to work together, where it's like if party B gets 40% of the vote, it's like, well, party, A and C, they can work together and get the majority. And it's like, it kind of reminds me of how like the vice president used to be the candidate from the other party, where it's kind of almost built into the system of, you guys got to play nice together. You guys got to be friends, or else you aren't welcome in government. And then that kind of changed, where it's now just two people butting heads.
Yeah. Exactly, man. Exactly. But damn, man, I'm glad I got you on the channel, man, because I think it's good for. And by the way, if anybody has anything they really want to say at any time, I really do want to try to use this show as kind of a vessel for people to get their feelings out. Is there anything else you want to get out, my man? Anything that just kind of pressing on the old noggin that you want to just share with everybody?
Before you go, what's your favorite Pokemon? try to end it on a happy note.
So I would say it's tough to go with favorite Pokemon, but I could tell you I relate to Snorlax sometimes. I got to admit Charmander was always the one I picked first. I do love Pikachu for sure, but if I was to go my favorite, as odd as it sounds, I kind of like Ditto. Because Ditto can be like any Pokemon you need him to be at the time. At least he could copy out the other Pokemon, so I thought that was a cool ability.
Yeah, if they made his ability that happens at the start of the turn, rather than you have to waste a turn to do that, like I feel like he'd be really viable. But
oh yeah,
he's basically a Pokemon where it's like you get your opponent's Pokemon, but you're one turn behind. For me, I've always had a kind of a weird soft spot for Dunsparce, because I played a Pokemon randomizer and I got him as my starter, and he just tore through the game just because he learns a bunch of weird moves.
Dunsparce, let's see.
Yeah, he's the little Tsuchinoko, little dragon worm that nobody ever plays because he has a 2% encounter rate in one area, and he's just a normal type.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Let's take a look. I'm looking at the Pokemon right now, Dunsparce. Let's see. I just never heard of that one.
One of the ones nobody loves, so there's not a lot of competition. But yeah, he's great. And in the card games, he's super fun because there's a lot of Dunsparce cards where it's like, his ability, he sucks, but his abilities help his teammates, where it's like, none of your normal type Pokemon can have a weakness, so fighting types are no longer super effective, or it's just draw an extra card per turn, or when he evolves, it's like shuffle him into the deck and draw 3 cards. All of his abilities are like, he's not doing much, but he's helping everybody else.
Yeah. I love it, man.
I just wanted to share that because it was on my mind, and I was just scrolling and I saw the positive or negative, and I was like, well, there's a lot of positives and there's like a negative that's on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for letting me share it, because I don't get to share it very often.
Hey man, anytime, brother. The next time I do a call-in show, if you stumble upon this show and you feel like wanting to let out other stuff, dude, any feelings, we support it, man. We support it. But I think you said your alias on this one was Pat. Well, to you, Pat, I want to say thank you for feeling like you can come on here. And I just hope you have yourself an incredible rest of the day and just have honestly, just feel as good as you can, man.
All right, same to you. Bye-bye.
All right, later, bud. Bye. What a stud, dude. That guy was very cool. I like that guy. My man mentioned a Pokemon at the end of that I had never heard of. Then again, I kind of stopped playing as I got older. So a lot of the newer Pokemon I don't really know. But Dunsparce, let's see. That's a cool looking Pokemon, dude. Let's see. It's a land snake Pokemon. That's kind of pimp. Let's see, breeding. Damn, dude, this Pokédex is pretty good, dude. Pokemon database, dude. Sick. This is cool. What a cool dude. What a cool dude, man. Let's take a look at some of the chats. The Eagle says those people had written language before the Bible says the word existed. My boy Stocks, dude. Small turn. My boy. I may head to the Coney in a bit. I definitely need to stretch my legs. The Eagle also says those had written language before the Bible and the world existed. It's definitely the religion that was younger than the 2/3 of the planet. 4,000 religions on this planet. But he's gonna screw it. Oh man. You know, a lot of the things I see on here is, dude, what people are always wondering, dude, what happened to your eyebrows? And to that I say, I don't know. Everybody's hating on my lack of eyebrows, though. Why you hating? Let's see. Oh man, I'm loving the interactions on this show, man. I'm digging it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna probably turn this one off here in a second. Gotta stretch my legs, you know. Let's see. I'm probably gonna go for a bit of a walk, actually. Let's see. The Eagle says Christianity is definitely not a joke. People don't typically get killed. Oh. Let's see. We got Kemoy, dude. We got Kemoy Chapman. Is that it? Is it? I don't think this is Kemoy. Is this Kemoy?
Not Kemoy.
What?
This is not Kemoy.
This
is
isn't
anonymous.
Oh, this is anonymous. Okay, I thought it was Kemoy for a second. My bad. I can't tell who anybody is, to be honest. So you get my hopes up a little bit. I thought it might have been Kemoy because Kemoy has been in the chat quite a bit, but yeah, it's not Kemoy. Dang it. What up, dog?
Hey, I just wanted to call and share some support for the show. I love what you're doing and some of your views. You know, you're not fully, you know, I can tell you're like more right leaning, but you're not. I'm so right, and anyone else that's not right, you guys are what's ruining America, and I think that's just like a bad mindset. Extremism on any side, extremist on the left or the right, is kind of bad.
Yeah, I appreciate the recognition, man. I mean, so the thing for me is, like I always say, I don't believe in the whole idea of absolutism. I don't believe in, well, I know that tribalism exists, but like I don't like to be tribal about it. I know that there are people who think differently than me, and I've never understood the level of hate that people have for people who think differently than them. I will admit, if somebody's like super, you know, acting super crazy and super extreme, I'll avoid them for sure. But I guess what I'm trying to say is this is a very wordy explanation, but yeah, I do consider myself very center. I don't really take on any political affiliations at the end of the day. You know, there are figures that I like. I do like Charlie Kirk. I do like Trump. I do know that they were not saints. They're not saints, but they're fascinating people, and there's a lot of fascinating people who have all sorts of beliefs, and I don't know. Sorry for the wordy explanation.
No, it's all good. I think the extremism it's what's causing like the issues. I think there's extremism on both sides.
Yeah.
I think the extremism of just having two parties in general is that's kind of extreme. Like only two choices. Imagine going to a restaurant. Imagine going to, I don't know, McDonald's, and they're like, we only have burgers and nuggets. Well, I guess essentially McDonald's only has burgers and nuggets. Not a great example, but imagine going to a fancy restaurant and your two choices are pasta and I don't know, like chicken.
Yeah.
Well, I want steak, and it's only two choices. So, and I feel like it just brings out this entire mindset in people where it's like, well, if you don't completely believe everything that I have on my side, then you're against me and you're what's wrong, and that's not the case. It should never be like that.
Yeah. No, without a doubt, brother. Without a doubt. Yeah. Sorry, my brain's a little bit fried, so I got a little bit of ADD going on. But oh man.
No worries.
So
I get like that too.
Do you got any shout outs though you want? Because I always like to make sure my guests have the ability to shout out something. Any ideas that you want to, any wisdom, anything at all, anything you could think of that you want to say to the audience, or even me, or just both.
Well, shout out to Kimoy. That guy in chat is pretty cool. He talks about magic. And he gives you lots of super chats. I like that guy. But also, gay people are not ruining America. I just want to get that off my chest. People are out here saying gay people are ruining America, and that's not the case at all. We're out here gentrifying neighborhoods that were looked over and passed up on, and also we're sharing love to people that are deemed not lovable. So that's just my hot take for the day. Yesterday I watched your video, and like within 5 minutes of the video, I thought it was hilarious. Okay, like some guy sent you a super chat. He was like, "Will you be my boyfriend?" And I think your response was just like Oscar award winning. Just there was no anger or hate. There was no, "Why would you ever think that I'm gay?" And that's disgusting. And it's just like so calm. Like, I appreciate the compliment. I'm sorry I'm taken. Like it was just a very nice, response. And it's like, I feel like if more people had that response, like there won't be all this like gay bashing that kind of happens at times. And I feel like, at times in America, there's all this gay bashing because we actually don't know how to talk to people that identify of the LGBT community, or just in general, like they were raised with a mindset and they just assume that the negative things they were taught is true. Like stereotypes, they're so bad for society.
Yeah.
And they just paint this like picture with a broad brush and never understanding the individual.
Oh, without a doubt, dude. I got to admit, I think that the way, I will say this, that gay people have been treated way better, in my opinion, recently. Maybe not super recently, but in the last, if you look back at history, man, gay people were treated awfully. They had to be as closeted can be. I do like that we live in a world where people do feel like they can come out of the closet. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like that. I think we live in a better world now. I do get annoyed when people get really overly mean to gay people. It's just like it's the weirdest thing. Like there are certain levels of homophobia that just blow my mind. Like I think a lot of the people who are extremely homophobic though tend to be very closeted gay men. Is what it tends to be, because they're raised Christian, but they're like, I'm gay, I can't be gay, you know, like, so they're super closeted.
Yes.
But that closetedness becomes a form of hate. So I think a lot of the gay bashing is like usually from closeted gay dudes is what not all of them are, but like, you know, closeted gay dudes who are bashing other dudes who have the courage to come out and be gay. So I honestly think, even in today's world, I do think it has there's a lot of courage that's involved in the process. So I have nothing but respect for those who can have the bravery to be themselves in a world that's sometimes a little crazy.
Yeah, and I feel the same way, because it's so crazy. This man is just, what he does in the bedroom is on him and his choice, and you're just going out of your way to say all these negative, hateful things. And, you know, it's like, okay, for two things, right? Gay people, or men, and let's say men,
Yeah.
they're not going after a woman, and they're taking a dude out of the game. So really, we're like a straight man's ally. Like, we're helping you increase your odds.
Yeah.
And then, right? Kind of a messed up way to think about it, but like, we're kind of helping you increase your odds.
Yeah.
And then secondly, there's so many women out there that prefer to have gay friends. Could you imagine if they wanted us as like lifelong partners? Like, yeah, we'll do like the soft, squishy, whatever things that straight mentality won't allow them to do. Yeah, we'll go get our nails done and like have like nice manicures, and then, you know, I'll treat you nice and have empathy and want to listen to you and understand your feelings, and we'll have like a family. Like, now, like your straight, overly straight mindset is just not getting you anywhere in life. So
Yeah.
I know those are two wild assessments of of being gay, but if we think about things from other perspectives, then, you know, let's be real. Like, gay people are not choosing to be gay. Like, no one is waking up one day and it's just like, I have a need for peeing. No one's doing that. No one's doing that.
Yeah, and with most gay people I've ever met, usually they just realized that they weren't into chicks. All the gay dudes I've ever met, they're just like, yeah, women don't do anything for me. They just say that they're attracted to men. They are, and that's, you know, you like what you like. And I think that's the one thing I've always found weird about gay conversion camps. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm sorry, I just don't think you could I don't think you can like beat the gay out of somebody. I really don't think you can, or like, you know what I mean? I don't think you can electroshock therapy the gay out of people. If you're gay, you're gay. If you like dick, if you like dick, you like dick. It's that sort of thing. And I think you just create a lot more closeted gay dudes. Like those gay camps, like those Christian gay conversion therapy camps, you're just creating a lot of closeted, angry young men who will probably end up being politicians, which I think they probably end up doing. They'll get into important positions, and it'll affect the world negatively because they themselves will feel spiteful for having to be that closeted, you know? And I don't know. I think a closeted world is a bad world. I think more people should wear who they are on their sleeve. I think it's a good thing. And, you know, I would love to see a world where people are a little more accepting of each other. That would be nice, man. That would be nice.
It would be. But enough of the gay talk. I don't want to hunker down on just one topic. I do want to say I appreciate the show that you're putting on, and I know it's probably coming with some hate and some backlash, but it's a dynamic where you're trying to create conversation. It's not just my views are right, and if you have other views besides mine, you are wrong. You're inviting a conversation with, okay, well, why do you think this is wrong? Because I might not understand your viewpoint.
Yeah, and the way I look at it is like this. My show is kind of like it's kind of like a very disconnected Jerry Springer show. I want people in the chat to be like a mixture between the audience and the guests. I do kind of want people slinging crap at each other. So I think it's a good thing. I think a little bit of, what do you call it, airing out the beefs in the chat room is actually a good thing. That's why I don't block anybody, I think allowing people to really express themselves, even if it's hateful, I think it's a good thing. At the end of the day, like, I know that sounds counterintuitive, but I think the more that people let out how they're feeling, I think kind of might even make them change their mind about how they're feeling, because they're like, God, I'm listening to myself for the first time, and I'm like, damn, So I don't know. I try to really engage in controversial topics because it sparks conversation. And it allows people to really dive in and talk about things that are tough to talk about. Because honestly, if you think about it, most of the stuff that matters is tough to talk about. If it matters, it's really tough to talk about. So, I don't know. I think it's important to talk about the tough stuff.
That's true.
I went off on a tangent there. But
No, you're good. You're good. I wish you the best, and you continue to be authentically you, and you keep giving year-long explanations. I do the same thing.
Yeah, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. Any last messages before we? Because I'm going to end the stream here in just a little bit, but since you're the last caller of the day, my man, any last words? Anything you got?
No, nothing really. I think I aired it all out.
My man, dude. My man. Well, when I call you the Anonymous, because you're anonymous, we'll make you a moose or something like that. Anyway, love you, brother. Have a good one.
Take care.
All right, last caller of the day. We call him the Anonymous. We'll call him the Anonymous. This is Festivus for the rest of us, dude. Hell yeah. I just want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in. You guys are all pimps. If you want to be a simp, that's okay too. Simps and pimps, we can all unite. We can all be friends. And yeah, I just want to say I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go probably go walk around for a bit. I need to stretch my legs. See y'all in the next episode. Later. Oh, hold on. Gotta check something real quick. Oh, we good. All right. Anyway, make sure you guys subscribe, by the way.